What's up, guys? Zane for the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you a route combination that beats every single zone coverage and a route that cannot be guarded by any zone drop depth. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Madden YouTube channel. If you guys are looking to take your game to the next level of Madden 21, check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players in the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active. Most recently, that is my Nickel 245 defensive game plan with the single best pass rushing cocktail, gap shoots for all the popular power runs, coverages out of man coverage, zone drops profiles, and the match rules in the quarters palms defenses that you need to completely shut down all the popular passing metas that you face online in Madden 21. So head over to gridirongameplans.gg. $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. We're going to be taking a look at a play that beats every single coverage, mainly behind the power of one route. This is a great zone beating play, and the only real coverage that can stop it actually gives up a one-play score to a different route on this play. So what we're going to be looking at is the play PA double post. And the route in particular that we're going to be looking at is this one right here, to the wing tight end. And this wing tight end is on a deep outbreaking corner route that will clear even a 30-yard cloud flat. So I'm going to start off with cover 2 with a 30-yard cloud flat. And what you would expect out of this is that this particular route Tanyan is on would actually be guarded by that. And what you're going to find is that is really not the case. All you have to do is basically just wait and he'll clear it. Hopefully we don't get sacked here. You're going to see here that you can throw this right over the top of the 30-yard cloud and you will have no problem. Just to kind of reinforce that I do have 30-yard cloud set, I'm going to go back into my coaching adjustments menu and show you that that is the case. So again here, 30-yard depth set. That's the deepest you will face. I would say 9 out of 10 players are going to run 25 instead of 30. 30 is only used in special case scenarios, but this will even clear that. So again, let me go ahead and I'll call a different nickel package. Let's call nickel 335 wide. Pretty popular defense that a lot of players do like to run. And I'll show you that, again, this particular play beats that as well. So PA double post, I like to run the tight end to the wide side of the field for this. Gives you more room to make this throw. I do like the tight end delay fade as well. Gives you a little check down that you can kind of roll out, throw it back across your body. Again, you see how that route beats the 30-yard zone so easily in this defense. So go ahead and show this to you one more time. Again, anytime you know that they're in cover 2, you're going to be able to throw this ball over the top of the cloud flat corner. Again, just throw pass lead up, and you're going to be able to make that throw. Now, why does this work? Why doesn't a deep zone go get this? That's a great question, you might ask. So let's go ahead and see here. You've got this deep over the top crosser. This crosser takes precedent because it is more vertical than the corner route. So what ends up happening is this safety cannot hug the sideline nearly as much because he's got this route breaking in behind. And you see right here that in a cover 2, a mid-read defender actually won't guard this either. So the user has to be back on this route to make them able to stop that, because that's going to be open. And then obviously you've got this skinny post that is also open over the top. So cover 2 is a really bad defense to call against this. Again, I'll show this again to you. You're going to be able to throw basically this ball right here, or you could go ahead and throw the backside skinny post, which is a little bit tougher read. Not super difficult, but you're going to have to wait for him to clear. And you could throw that right there. So you've got 3 routes that are going to get you 30 yards against a cover 2. What they're going to have to do is play their user in the middle of the field or play a deep middle third in between. And even still, that is not really going to do a whole heck of a lot as it pertains to stopping this route from getting over the top of a 30-yard depth. So this is always going to be open. Now, one thing I do want to say here is that it actually makes more sense when you run this play to have a slower tight end at this spot. And the reason that I say that, this is a little bit difficult in MUT, but for those of you out there that maybe have, more of a blocking style tight end, that is the perfect guy to go in this spot. The slower the player, the more open he will be. So just for the sake of this video, I know he's not going to catch the ball. I'm going to put Bakhtiari, who's slower in the game, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. And the reason for that is you want those wide receivers to get so far out in front of this tight end that it makes the tight end more open. So now that we have a slower lineman at this spot, just to kind of illustrate what I'm saying here, watch how this works. So you can see he's slower. Actually, this is the worst route ever. His route running is so bad. His route running is so bad. So, but what you're going to notice is that, let's try that again here. Hopefully he just doesn't have such terrible route running that it does that. But let's see here again. Yeah, his route running is just literally so bad. But what you're noticing is that the deep zones are pulled back so much further. That's what I was trying to illustrate there. Let me go ahead and put it in an actual tight end here so we don't have Bakhtiari running that into a completely different area of the field. But what you're going to notice, that was pretty funny. What you're going to notice is that, the slower your tight end, the more open he will be on this. You don't apparently want to go into Bakhtiari territory. Let's see how fast Bakhtiari is. Only 70 speed, but it was this route running that caused him to do that so poorly. So let's put in like Mercedes Lewis, right? So we'll just flip-flop Mercedes Lewis in and kind of break it down that way. So sub in Tanyan there. Let's put Lewis there. And we'll go right back to it. So call cover 2. Let's call the 3-3-5 wide again. And again, because Lewis is so much slower than the receivers that are running those routes on the opposite side, it makes him have more room if you think about it as you go over the top. You see right here, it does take him longer to clear it, but it takes him a lot longer to clear it, in fact. But you're going to notice that you have the ability to drive the safeties off of that player. Another thing you can do is, rather than relying on the receivers, go ahead and use the tight end down the seam. That'll actually help you out pretty well on this as well. So you should see here how Lewis gets a lot more open. Actually, I threw that ball even too early. He's so slow that he doesn't beat that cloud flat nearly as quickly. But once he does, he is so much more open on this play. So, you could run something like this as well to beat this. You really have to hold on the ball for a long time for this. And there you go. You see how he clears it, and then it doesn't end up being a tight fit at all. Obviously, Tanyan can get open on that, but I'm just saying that, like, once you get to the point where you have 98, 99 speed tight ends, it actually might be to your detriment. So work those tight ends back into the range of like 91, 92 speed. I think that would probably be the best way to go with this. But let's go ahead and get back to putting Tanyan out on that route. And now let's go up against cover 3. So now we're going to be working against cover 3, where your deep zone is working only 33% of the field instead of 50. So we'll see how this plays. Let's go ahead and block Lewis again. And I'm going to play that 30-yard depth again. So here's this guy right here in a 30-yard zone. And we already know this guy's not going to be able to get out underneath of that. He's going to get blown right by because he's backpedaling. You see how that outside third just leaves him alone? This actually turns into a one-play score against cover 3 because of the fact that you end up with the outside third fighting inside on that particular that particular slot route. So you see right here, this is the route that's causing this player to bail off of the tight end. You see how he sucks to the inside, and that's what leaves this route open over the top. Now, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and call your cover 3, where you have like a nickel corner responsible for that flat. So let's go ahead and show you what I mean here. Like if I were to go ahead and put this guy right here into the 30-yard depth, we'll show you what that looks like. So again, we'll block our tight end. Now we're going to get rushed off the edge by Shaq Barrett, so hopefully we can hold that there. Again, you see that Tanyan still gets into the same spot, even against a 30-yard nickel corner. Now let's go ahead and show you the last rep here with a 30-yard safety instead of a nickel corner. So even having a guy that's further back into that 30-yard depth this time, and I'm going to spy Shaq Barrett just so I don't get shed here. But again, you don't really need anything on that tight end side at all. You can see here as we roll out, he actually still gets into a spot where he probably be open on that. And again, most players are not playing 30-yard depths. This is a situation where they know you want to throw this, and they are setting the depths to 30. Anything else is going to be wide open. So now let's go ahead and move on to cover 4. So when we go into cover 4 is probably the coverage that is most likely to give this a little bit of trouble, just because the outside quarter might be able to recover back. So as we run this again against cover 4 now, I'm going to play that 30-yard depth again here. And I'm just going to spy Barrett so I don't get shed here. But Now, in this scenario, I would expect that the outside quarter might be able to play. And you see that it kind of does. He like stays in a spot where he could get there. So that's really the coverage that's going to give this more trouble, right? So now here's the good news. Here's the good news. With this play, you actually have a pretty solid skinny post on the backside. So you could actually bomb this coverage for a one-play score. So you should be able to set up a route combo that just, you know, does whatever you want, something like this maybe, and run this little pin concept, and then look for Davante Adams on the skinny post all the way over the top. And actually that played really well right there, but we'll go ahead and run it again here. They're playing any type of press cover 4, which most players tend to do. You know, you could go ahead and go with, let's say, maybe run a streak with it as well, just to run off that inside quarter a little bit more. That's always something you could do as well. So see right here, I try to step up into and actually that streak on the backside pulled that inside quarterback. So you definitely don't want to streak to the slot receiver, but what you want is the ability to cause the safeties on the right side of the field to squat down. If you could do that, that is going to be to your advantage in a big way. So if you catch them in cover 4 with, you know, 30-yard blues, which nobody runs, you still have the option to be able to hopefully right there. You saw I was about to let that launch, but ended up stepping right past the line of scrimmage. Go ahead and show you the instant replay here. As soon as Davante Adams crosses the face of this quarter zone, right, you see 31 right here. You see right here, I cross the line of scrimmage at this point, so Davante turns into a blocker. But once he gets basically right where my cursor is, as I tap it, as soon as he crosses Winfield, you're going to throw the ball up into this area. I'm going to try to get one good example here before we tap this out here. So cover 4. There it is. That should, and again, you'll need Davante Adams to have just a little bit more speed. You could actually lob it out over the top of that, but you can see how both of those safeties on the wide side of the field bite down, and that's what you're looking for, is just to get them to bite down enough that you can rip this throw over the top. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you've got a 40-yard corner route to a tight end that can only be stopped by cover 4 with 30-yard cloud flats, and if they run that, you've still got this one-play touchdown shot. Obviously, Davante Adams isn't the fastest player, a receiver in the game, but if this is, you know, like a 99 speed receiver in Mutt, you're going to throw the ball all the way out into this area of the field for a lob touchdown. So that is today's video, guys. If you guys liked it, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, please certainly feel free to drop those below as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Go check out gridirongameplans.gg. Again, guys, $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. That's 52 vault updates a year and any and every game plan. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the site. If not, we'll see you guys right back here with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Hit the lab and good luck.